Hi everyone, this is Mansa. So today in this video, let's discuss some topics under corrosion. There are three topics, that is what is corrosion, electrochemical theory of corrosion, and types of corrosion. So let's see what is corrosion. Corrosion is defined as the destruction of metals or alloys by the surrounding environment through chemical or electrochemical reactions. So in the image we can find out the difference between the corroded metal and the normal metal. So in this slide, let's see the corrosion that occurs on different type of metals. The first example is corrosion of iron. The second one, corrosion in copper. The corrosion in copper, it forms a green oxidized layer on it. The next is corrosion of aluminium, tin, the corrosion of zinc and many other metals. Iron, it forms an oxide, that is iron oxide, which is commonly called as rust. Next comes the aluminium. Aluminium forms aluminium oxide, a type of corrosion that occurs in different type of metals. Different oxidized layers are formed on different metals. So in this slide, let's see the electrochemical theory of metals. According to electrochemical theory, when a metal such as iron is exposed to a corrosive environment, the following changes occur. A large number of tiny galvanic cells with cathodic and anodic regions are formed. Oxidation of metals usually takes place at anodic region. The electrons travel through the metal from the anodic to the cathodic region. So the reaction at anodic region, as mentioned above, the oxidation of metal takes place at anode. Iron, that is Fe, forms Fe2 plus on liberation of 2 electrons. So the reaction at cathodic region. At cathode, the reaction is either the liberation of hydrogen or the absorption of oxygen. So first, liberation of hydrogen, that is in the absence of oxygen. In the acidic medium, the reaction is as such, that is the hydrogen accepts the 2 electrons and forms H2. So the second one is absorption of oxygen, that is in the presence of oxygen. The first one is in the acidic medium. The reaction is hydrogen on the acception of 2 electrons and in the presence of oxygen forms H2O. In the alkaline or neutral medium, the reaction is H2O on acception of 2 electrons and in the presence of oxygen forms hydroxide. Fe2, that is iron, in the presence of hydroxide forms ferrous hydroxide, which is unstable. Therefore, the overall reaction is iron in the presence of moisture and oxygen forms rust, that is hydrated ferric oxide. So now let's see the types of corrosion. The first one is differential metal corrosion, or otherwise called as galvanic corrosion. The second type is differential aeration corrosion. Again, under differential aeration corrosion, we have two types. The one is waterline corrosion and wetting corrosion. Let's see the definition of differential metal corrosion. The galvanic corrosion occurs when two metals having different compositions are electrically coupled in the presence of electrolyte. The more reactive metal will experience a severe corrosion, while the noble metal will be protected from the corrosion. The three main causes of this galvanic corrosion are the difference in the electrical potentials of two metals which are in contact with each other. The second cause for this differential metal corrosion is if there is an electrical path between the two metals. So here the metal with low electrode potential acts as anode. The metal with higher electrical potential acts as cathode. The anodic metal undergoes oxidation and gets corroded. At the cathodic region, the metal doesn't undergo any corrosion. The factors affecting the rate of this galvanic corrosion are higher the electrical difference in the potentials between the anodic and cathodic metal, higher is the rate of corrosion. Smaller anodic area and larger cathodic area increases the rate of galvanic corrosion. The next one is differential aeration corrosion. Let's see the definition of that. Differential radiation corrosion is a type of corrosion that occurs when oxygen concentration varies across a metal surface. The varying concentration of oxygen creates an anode and a cathode on the metal surface. The anodic portion undergoes corrosion. This type of corrosion occurs when two different parts of same metals are exposed to different oxygen concentrations. For example, an iron rod partially dipped in water. The part of metal which is exposed to less oxygen concentration acts as anode. The part which is exposed to the more oxygen concentration acts as cathode. The anode undergoes corrosion and the cathode region is unaffected. So the next topic comes corrosion control. The metal can be prevented from corrosion by isolating it or by blocking either of the reactions. So the process is called corrosion control. So there are three methods of corrosion control. The first one is cathodic protection, anodic protection, and metal coatings. Metal coatings is a method of depositing a layer of metal over a substrate which protects the metal from corrosion. That is called metal coating. Anodic metal coating. If the base metal is coated with a metal which is anodic, then the process is called anodic coating. It protects the base metal from corrosion. Failure of this coating causes the formation of galvanic cells. So the well-known example of this type coating is called as coating of zinc on iron. The third method is cathodic metal coatings. If the base metal is coated with a metal which is cathodic to it, such phenomenon is called as cathodic coating. Like anode metal coatings, this type of coatings prevents the metal from getting corroded. When this coating loses its strength, it causes imbalanced cathode and anode and causes corrosion at severe rate. So the best example of such type of coating is called the tin on iron. So here we are able to see the cathodic and anodic coatings on different types of metals. So thank you for watching this and please like.